Hi guys, we're back here with Conversations on a Bench, and we're coming up on the 6 o'clock hour, and somebody who rolled up, in quite a surprise for me, but a very pleasant surprise. My good friend Steve Kerr. Steve, welcome. Thank you for coming and sitting on this hard bench with me at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, hey, you've got some cushions. It's good to go, and
we do.
I just want to come down and support the mission, support
Thank you,
my
sir.
good friend, support you,
Thank you.
and say good morning.
Good morning. The streets are going to start to get pretty lively here.
Yeah, they will. They
on
will.
a Friday morning.
Yeah.
But Steve worked here and helped at the Wheeler mission for over 28 years,
Yep.
was it?
Yep.
As our chief development officer, and Steve was just extremely instrumental in a lot of the aspects of the ministry. And believe it or not, Steve is a runner, and he started what we have is the drumstick dash over. Now we're going to 22nd year,
Yeah.
right? And so that's just been a phenomenal thing for not only Indianapolis but for Wheeler Mission. And so, but Steve, thank you for coming, and keeping me up.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You might need a little boost this morning.
A little boost, and I'm slurring my words. I'm a little loopy. I've been taking little cat naps.
There. Oh, good.
Yeah,
good for you.
Exactly.
Good for you.
As you can see, we got a whole cadre of people here.
Oh yeah, this is
Just
great.
It's a pretty cool setup.
It
right?
really is. Nothing like this happened under my watch, under development watch.
Y'all went to the track though. I know
we did.
You went to the track, and it was overnight at the track, right?
5 overnights.
5.
Yeah, we had.
my goodness.
Yeah, that was called Camp Out to Stamp Out Homelessness.
Camp Out to Stamp
And
Out.
the George family at that point said, "Hey, we'll open our doors for you, and you can come and camp out in the infield for 5 consecutive nights."
Oh my goodness! And you guys did it. Didn't it rain a whole
It
lot?
did. It did. I slept in the back of a box truck with Rick Alvis, which was not a pleasant experience at all.
He was on Zoom with me about 10:30
Yeah, I
last
heard.
night.
Yeah.
From Dallas, and I said, "How warm is it?" He said, "It's kind of cool. It's about 70." I said, "Oh God, whatever."
Boy, this is nippy.
It's
But
nippy.
you're representing well.
Exactly
and,
right. This is one of my favorite jackets, right? I call it the Golden Maid jacket. You know why I call it that? Because it got gold in here.
You are styling.
But it keeps me really warm.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorites.
yeah. And this isn't bad. I don't know what I forgot to watch the news this morning. This isn't bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
But
it was supposed to be a little frost.
yeah,
But I
haven't
don't
seen
think it materialized. As usual, the weather people got it wrong. Sorry, but you got it wrong again.
and I know you've emphasized this time and time again, but boy, our neighbors who are experiencing homelessness is nothing compared to what they're going to experience in a few weeks or a few months.
It's not. We're getting ready to go up in the winter season, as you know.
Yeah.
After 28 years here, what we're getting ready to experience.
I do.
So winter comes, every single year around the same time, and Steve knows exactly what we're going to be facing in our shelters. But you know what? It's a privilege to be here and to be able to serve, the 700, 800, 900 people a night per night that's going to come through our doors. And so what I want to do is just talk to you a little bit about your experiences at Wheeler. And, I know you got a lot of funny stories, but and some of the most impactful stories that I've been seeing and talking on the bench here with have been some of our program graduates.
Sure.
And kind of the life transformation stories that they have gone through. And we're on a live feed. And I don't know if you know Chazelle Moore. He was at camp, and he's been up here with us for about 2 years now, and living right up there at the MRC. Cowboy, he just broke down on camera.
Oh gosh!
And I had to give him a few moments, just
Wow.
on camera.
Wow!
But that's really what it's all about, right? Life transformation.
No question about it. And my own personal experience is thinking about my right hand guy in the drumstick dash, Brian Crispin.
Yep.
Your right hand guy in the drumstick dash.
He is.
Started out at camp.
Yep.
Lost in a bottle.
Yeah.
Parents dropped him off.
Yeah, from Cincinnati. They dropped him off right here.
Yeah, almost said fix him.
Yeah.
Like a lot of parents think, we're in the fixing business, and and God certainly is in the fixing business. And I think of Brian's experience and what the man that Brian has become.
Yeah.
And that's the blessing of working and being associated with Wheeler Mission, is seeing those transform lives.
Yeah, it's about life transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we do provide food, clothing, and shelter, all the emergency shelter services, but we're so much more than that.
Absolutely.
We're drug and alcohol addiction recovery programs, job readiness training programs, and counseling of all types and stripes. And so, but that's just a little known fact about us that people just don't know. We're happy to do the emergency shelter servicing if we have to, right? Because we're, that's one of our major roles here in the city.
That's the door.
It is.
That often is the door.
Front door.
Let people in. Anybody can feed and clothe and house and shelter and people who are experiencing homelessness. But we go way beyond that by offering them hope.
We do. Yeah. Help, hope. And what's the last one?
Healing.
Exactly right.
I had to think for a minute.
Yeah, come on. Steve retired a couple years ago, and tell us what you've been doing since retirement. I love to hear your story.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a blessing to be able to retire and spend time with grandkids.
Game changer, grandkids.
It really is. You know that.
Yes,
it really is a game changer. But I've got 2 here locally. I've got one in Arkansas, which I miss desperately. But the 2 here, I get to spend a lot of time with. They go to the Oaks Academy, of which I'm on their board of trustees at the Oaks Academy. So I get to see the boys and get involved with the Oaks Academy quite often. I'm delivering Meals on Wheels, something I started when I was still at Wheeler during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Working from
5
home.
years ago. Wow.
Yeah, I had some time at home. I don't tell Rick Alvis I snuck out during the day. So I hope he's not watching.
I think he knew that.
I think he may have. But I encouraged my staff at the time to volunteer, get involved in not just Wheeler, but to get involved and engage in the community. So I'm still doing Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
I'm getting
that's not being cut, and kind of the changes in government funding and the landscape, they haven't cut that.
No, still going strong.
That's fantastic.
Still going strong. I'm leaving here in just a few minutes to go to a men's Bible study that I've just been so involved with for the last 3 years. That I've really enjoyed.
Wow.
My wife is a teacher at Park Tudor, so this will be her last year, and then, boy, we're off on a jet plane.
You're off to the races, right?
Yeah.
So how did Amy let you come out of the bed and come and talk to me this morning?
She's still asleep. I mean, she is still sleeping. I set the coffee pot on auto for her, and I was out of there.
Oh yeah. Still, so you're also a rower? Did I hear?
I did. I rode for a number, and that's a tough word to understand in here because I'm not rowing. I rode not a bicycle, but a boat, an 8-man.
A boat.
Yeah, a boat at Eagle Creek, and enjoyed that so very much. Great exercise. I'm still. I don't think you can call it running anymore. What I do,
Yeah.
I don't legally.
Really?
I don't think you can call it running, but I still get out about 5 days a week.
Oh, good for you.
3-4 miles a day.
Wow.
Go to the YMCA. But my whole hope is just I still love Wheeler Mission.
Yeah. Of course, you were here for 28 years.
Part of my life, a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
The Drumstick Dash coming up. Drumstickdash.org. Register today.
That's right.
Gratuitous plug.
He's always doing that. And Steve is on our Drumstick Dash board, actually. And so we just had our meeting, not too long ago. And so he's still guiding and advising and giving us all his sage, wise counsel.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know how sage or wise, but it's a blessing to be involved. And I think about the amazing transition at the Drumstick Dash from day 1 to what it's become to day 4. Those who are experiencing homelessness. That's the key about that is every penny raised in the Drumstick Dash stays right here at Wheeler Mission to support those who are experiencing homelessness.
Steve is the master of sound bites, and so Steve coined the phrase for Drumstick Dash. What is it, Steve?
Move your feet so others can eat.
Move your feet so others can eat. What a great phrase, but it gets right at the heart of what Drumstick Dash is all about. And so
do I get a royalty for every time that is said?
Don't you wish?
Shouldn't I?
Don't you wish? I bet you do. If anybody deserves it, you deserve it.
I don't know about that, but one quick story. I know you've heard this one, but I think probably year 2, 3, 4, we always had a lift to get above the crowd, ready, set, go, and all that stuff. And
I know this story.
You know this story. The mayors of Indianapolis have always been there supporting this organization. Still today, we're looking forward to seeing Mayor Hogsett this year. But at that point, Mayor Ballard was up in the lift with us, and we did the ready, set, go, and we're waving at the crowd, and it's time for the mayor's looking and said it's time to go on to the next.
You're in one of these cherry picker
Yeah,
things, right?
Exactly. Yeah, high above the crowd. And they left me the keys and said, enjoy, without any instruction on how to operate the thing. So we're up in the lift. Time for the mayor to go, and it will not come down. I mean, it's stuck.
So the mayor is stuck.
Mayor's stuck.
Way up in the
Yeah,
sky.
he's stuck 20 feet in the air with me and maybe Rick Alvis or a couple other people in there. Calabro, I'm not sure who else was there.
Yeah.
And he's such a great sport.
Yeah.
He is such a great sport. But his security guy said, you get him down or somebody's going to jail.
I think you got him down.
He did quickly. And he was kidding. Chad Gray was the mayor's security guy at the point, and he was kidding. And the mayor was such a great sport about that. But I think what happened is there was a switch at the bottom of the lift to control it, switch at the top. Somebody had flipped the switch at the bottom. The upper controls didn't work at all.
Oh, wow.
So I'm panicky, trying to get the mayor down, thinking, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Here you got all these runners, right? Ready to start.
Cameras, everything.
It was the spotlight was definitely on you.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're so happy that you started Drumstick Dash, and we will continue in that tradition as best we can, Steve. Nobody can do it like you, but you taught Brian well.
Thank you.
Brian has been a great contributor to the organization, and it's just Brian is a poster child for us. Right?
He really is. He really is.
And Brian is the first executive, first program graduate to sit at the executive team table, and so that voice is that lived experience.
Yeah.
It's just something that money can't buy.
Exactly, and just a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
And you think about Brian's story times thousands over the years.
Yeah. Tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. You're right, and it's such a great legacy that you have now working as the CEO of Wheeler Mission. That all of us who have now retired and moved on to think about that teeny tiny contribution, but it's God. It is God all the way who changes those lives.
And Steve still gives me his advice, and he's helped us out so much, even after he retired, even after this guy has retired. Yeah, he still loves Wheeler Mission and still helps us out in so many different ways. And so I'm always going to lean on you, brother.
I hope so. I hope so.
As long as you're here and not in Arkansas or wherever your other grandchild is.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for stopping by.
Boy, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Now you're going to go to your Bible study.
Going to Bible study.
What are you studying?
We're just starting today, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's in the New Testament, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. I just want to make sure you knew that.
1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians.
Exactly.
Like 2 Corinthians.
Exactly. So looking forward to that start of the new study, and
wow.
Boy, praying for you, praying for the mission. This is such a neat event. I know you're going to make it for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours. Sorry.
Till 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, 9 hours.
3 o'clock.
And you got the heater, and
and they fed me well. And I said something earlier today, and I told them I need some donuts. And next thing you know, donuts appear. Donuts show up. And so
I drove by Long's this morning on the way, and I thought I'm going to stop and bring Perry. I didn't have any cash. Long's cash only.
Cash only.
Cash only. I said I have no cash on me, so
old school.
Perry is out when it comes to Long's donuts.
Well, somebody brought me some donuts from somewhere else. Not as good as Long's, right? But donuts. A donut is a donut. It'll do.
When you're sitting on a bench, a donut is a donut.
A pretty hard bench. So we'll do this next year. We learned a couple of things. But I don't think we'll probably do a couch. Like the guy in Portland. But we'll make this a little softer.
Good.
So
good. Well, God bless you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
pleasure.
it. Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
By.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, guys, that was Steve Kerr, who for 28 years served as our Chief Development Officer here at Wheeler Mission, and so he's left an indelible impact on our organization and on the city of Indianapolis. And so that's all I got to say. And I think now we're going to change the tank here for the heater, because it's getting low. We've been running it full stop all night, but they're going to change the heater for me and change the propane tank in there so we can get some heat going here. But that's conversations on a bench, and I look forward to talking to you, at the next break. Thanks a lot.